headphones at?
Right, man. Grab them real quick.
Yeah, I think you might need them, player. That's why I record. Can't hear nothing.
I know.
And y'all gotta hear this one. Marlon Lowe went on a Twitter.
Huh?
He went on a Twitter rant the other day. He was going in, so I'm about to get the, I guess the insight on what he was going in on. Cause I don't know. I went through the messages, kind of piecemeal it.
Say what?
Can you hear me? Good? Yeah, see, good thing you got them headphones, player. What about now?
I was turning
Oh,
it off.
turn it off. Oh, okay. I'm cool on Fortel Best. I ain't nice as MC. I am Cornell West. I am Cornell West Side. Chi-Town Rivera.
What's up?
Nah, man. I was scrolling on the gram. Look his mouth in the face and prime straight.
Test.
Yo.
Test. Okay.
Good?
Think so.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the summer. You know what it is right off the top. Game recognized game, because we gonna talk some game today.
Uh-oh.
I'm Marlon Lowe.
Hey, this is Mo Easy.
And we just about to drop a little bit. I know, like, get off the top right quick. Do we need to recap anything, Mo? Anything we need to talk about that's happened previously, the last couple of weeks? We need to, you know what I'm saying, big up anybody and let somebody know, you know, mad props, whatever. Props to Jim Hicks for the season opener. It was dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
season
saying?
opener
Over
was a good look.
At Houston Christian High School.
The hoops giving was a good look.
Oh, hoops
also,
giving was off the chain.
Jim Hicks.
Yeah.
Rick Nelson.
Rick
Texas
Nelson.
Jamboree.
Yeah.
I shot to
Glenn
Dallas.
Smith joined up in Dallas.
I shot to Dallas for Glenn joint.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good look. A lot of good basketball going on in Texas right now. High school basketball. It's crazy. Like some parts of the country is really just getting going. Like they just starting. We already done played 3-4 tournaments already.
Yeah.
5 tournaments.
Yeah.
Some kids are probably already logged 10-15 games.
Yeah.
Already. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? One of my partners out in Baltimore, they just had a scrimmage. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're ahead of the game, baby.
We getting it in.
We just gotta get a shot clock at some point, but it's all good.
Please.
But yeah.
That's another podcast again.
No doubt.
Now we gotta have some high school coaches on for that right there though, because you got some high school coaches that want it, some that don't. I mean, it's kind of what it is. So.
Well, I think for those that don't want it, I think it probably shows a lack of their ability to coach the game. Cause you can't start me out. You gotta really coach. You gotta really coach. No. You gotta really coach. I know. Yeah, I know you took a pause. They're like, did Mo just say that? Yeah.
But to me, some people might beg to differ. Somebody come with a different argument.
What would be the different argument
about speeding up the game?
For not wanting to have a shot clock. If these kids are going to college,
why do I need you to play at your pace when this is my pace? This is basketball. If you want a shot clock, wait till you get to college to do it. That's why they put in the shot clock. You don't hear the college talking about we need a 24-second shot clock like the NBA.
But they got one.
Right. But guess what? We have our own shot clock. It's that clock at the top that has a score on it. And that's our shot clock. It starts with 8 minutes. And if we choose to use the entire shot clock up for 8 minutes, we're playing at our pace. We don't need to play at your pace.
So, okay, that sounds, in theory, logical for that particular coach. However,
right.
Don't expect me to pay my $5 to come and see this game. Like,
but you do.
Well, if I know your style is that, I'm not going. Yeah. Like I know,
that's fine. Because a lot of people like our style, and that's why our fans come to support us. You're not a fan of us for you to come and see us. We're not.
This
playing
is not the 1960s, man.
It's our style that has been around for a while.
Man, listen, man. I don't want to see nobody hold the ball for 2-3 minutes because they got a 1-point lead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just my preference. I could be wrong. I'm a basketball enthusiast. I love the game. So I want to see that action. I'm not trying to watch, you hold the ball and stall it out. You got it's 8-10 in the first quarter. You just want to hold it. Nah, man, come on, man. Play the game, man. Play the game. Have it end up, man. It is what it is.
I feel
I get strategy and all that, but, it would definitely benefit the kid, I think. I think it would definitely also benefit kids' ability to think and react and respond and execute.
It could.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Guess what? While we're stalling, we're teaching them to execute as well. When you speed the game up, it doesn't allow them to process things and make sure that they get it. You're trying to rush them. We're teaching them. We're slowing them down, making them execute. Teach them how to be smart in their decision making. Teach them how to be smart in their decision making. So my guys aren't as fast as yours and aren't as athletic. So our strategy is a little bit different.
So you said the players in the NBA don't know how to execute and they're not smart?
No, they use a shot clock, so they've been through that. It's a process. Let us lead up to that process. My guys aren't as big as yours, aren't as fast as yours. So our strategy is a little bit different.
But we're not saying in middle school. We're talking about high school.
I feel you.
Talking about high school
Same
basketball.
thing. Their bodies haven't developed yet. Where I'm at. So I'm just saying.
I'm not going for it, but go ahead. So anyway, that was completely off topic. I don't know how the hell we got into that. We did not come here for this.
Nah.
Like Marshawn Lynch said, you know what I'm here for.
You know what I'm here for.
I'm here at 8:30. Hey, listen, I'm here at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. You know what I'm here for.
You know what I'm here for. Marlon Lowe. If y'all don't follow him on Twitter, can you give him the Twitter, please?
At Marlon Lowe. At MarlandLowe. You know how. You know where it's at.
Know where to find you?
Yeah.
So if y'all following Lowe, or if you need to, he just gave you his tag.
Yeah.
This dude went in the other day, and I don't like the way Twitter sometimes, because like if you reply or respond, shit kind of get jumbled up. So I gotta hit your feed, read it, go find somebody else respond. So it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I'm usually doing this. Sorry to say this. I'm usually doing this while I'm driving.
Careful.
So I'm like, damn, I can't keep up. Can you please let us know kind of how this? First of all, what was the gist of what you were trying to get out or what you were saying, and then kind of like what sparked it? Like where it comes from?
So many different things, man. First of all, it's about this. What we're gonna call this? We're gonna call this live your truth.
Okay.
Live your truth. And the reason why, because first of all, it started out just innocent. I was tweeting about I was at the hoops giving for Hicks, and I was enjoying it, man. Like for real. And this is how it all started. I was enjoying it, the games, and I couldn't stay the whole day, but I enjoyed the games, man. And one of the biggest games that stood out to me was the Tompkins and the Austin Westlake game. And I enjoyed it, right? But what I said before the game was, I said, I'm going to tell y'all what. I'm at this
Hoops Giving, you said, right?
Hoops Giving, yeah. I may say the wrong thing. But at the Hoops Giving. And I said, I'm going to tell you what. I came to see a lot of basketball, but I particularly came to see this game. And I said this before the game. You know what I'm saying? And they said, why? I said, I need to see. I've always been a fan of Jamal Bieniemy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's going to Oklahoma. I want to see how he responds against these 4 players that I've signed to Power 5 conferences.
Yeah.
I need to see. And because what it's going to tell me is how I can expect him to be able to play when he gets to that next level, when everybody is, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I knew he was talented enough. I just wanted to see it. So anyway, long story short, Jamal had a phenomenal first half. Second half, the size, everything from Austin Westlake started taking charge. So I was cool with that, right? The game before that was a rematch of the state championship game, which was San Antonio Wagner versus Cy Falls. And I've been saying since the beginning of the year, is that Cy Falls is the number one team in the state. They won state last year. They brought all 5 of their players
back.
all 5 back. Austin Westlake didn't make it there, yet they brought all 5 back. And some people had Austin Westlake as the number 1 team in the state.
You know, no respect to Cy Falls.
Yeah, it's no respect. And it's no respect to the game. You know what I'm saying? They had their chance and they lost.
Yeah.
So you don't strip the champion of something because you like somebody else or because somebody else, several people are saying because they have higher recruitable athletes or they have athletes that are 5-star guys and 4-star guys. That doesn't mean anything. You make their asses earn something. Just be like everybody else. They had their chance before, so guess what? Your ass is second this year, or whatever you want to be, and you got to prove that you're deserving of this.
Right.
You was up there last year and you lost it. So, Cy Falls is a team that has some really good players, man, and they got players that I honestly believe will have a chance to continue playing basketball after college if they
on some level
if they remain healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be able to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully, and people might not like this, the Westlake team has the better players now. I can't really speak and say that they have the better players for the future.
For the future.
Meaning 4 or 5 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just call it what it is. But they'll all have a chance to continue to do something as well with basketball.
But as of today, high school, yeah, that like when I watched that team, I was there as well. Westlake, Austin Westlake. I watched that team and I said to myself, like, I don't even know how this team could really lose a game. Period.
Yeah.
You got tremendous size across the board, shooters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, how do y'all lose? So then when I saw them lose this past weekend at Glenn's event at the Hoop Fest, I said, yeah, I know why they
ain't a point guard either.
Don't have one.
Oh, that's easy to see. I saw that when they get there. It's not about not having a point guard, and at the same time, it's not. They got guys that can handle the ball because Matt Mayer can really handle the ball.
It ain't even about them handling the ball.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
It's one pass and shoot, 2 pass and shoot. It's me. You know what I'm saying? It's mine. It's like they trying to prove something to each other. And so I watched that.
Yeah.
I seen that. I'm like, that's the issue. And that ain't got too much to do with the coaching either. To be honest with you, now Coach Lucero can really put some things down, but at the end of the day, these guys, you know what I'm saying, it's only so much you can do when you're a high school coach because you're a high school coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, people going to be upset about this and that, but hey, it is what it is. They don't play together. But anyway, afterward, it goes...
Because Davion Harmon, he controlled that game for Guyton.
For Geyer.
For Geyer. Then Geyer, yeah, he controlled it. And it was... Because they also, too, have... That's the beauty of, to me, with Cy Falls. So I know people listen to the podcast like, who are these teams or whatever the case may be, but just imagine a squad that has not only floor general, right, and Trey Wesley, you got a scorer on the wing in Nigel Hawkins, and you got bigs down low, DJ Weaver, I can't think of other kids' name, I think it's Kendall or something like that. You got size. You got shooter in the Asian sensation, right? Andrew Wynn, right? So you got all these pieces.
Yeah. They
work extremely well together. They gonna check each other.
They're a great team.
Yeah, they gonna check each other.
Team. Yeah.
They're not gonna let nothing slide without somebody getting somebody in the face like, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So to me, that stands out, right?
Team.
Then they have the ability to play in transition. And then run sets when it's time to.
Absolutely. You
don't really find too many high school teams that can do both.
Right.
You either just up and down, or you just, like you said earlier in the podcast, this is our trend, this is our tempo, we're gonna play at our pace, we're gonna slow it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people, most teams in high school can't do both. So they can do both. They got a super duper chip on their shoulder because they all believe that they're better than what people are saying that they are. And I just hope that they're able to maintain that level, because it's obviously easier to be to hunt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's easier to hunt. Nobody see you coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
So not everybody is kind of gunning for them, and I believe that because they got that chip.
But I think they built like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They built for it.
Yeah,
they built for
it. Yeah. Mentally they built for it. They different type of cats.
Yeah.
So, but and even with that day I got a chance to see. I had to leave when Houston Christian began to play, Jack Yates High School. And before the game, I asked Marcus Sloan, who coached Miller Kopp with the Houston Defenders. Shout out to the Houston Defenders, Marcus Sloan, but Aaron Harrison is director. Big ups to him. And I asked Sloan, tell me about this game. What's it going to be like? He said, oh, Miller Kopp going to go for 30. Yates might get him, but Miller Kopp can go for 30. But I can easily see. So at the end of the day, Miller probably did it. So this is what it is. It came down to this. This is how I started getting on my rant.
Okay, here we go. We 25 minutes in, and Marlon finally tell us.
The next day or a couple of days later, I started tweeting about what I saw at the game.
Okay.
You know, and I said Jamal Bieniemy had a hell of a first half, and what happened was they ran to get that size and talent for Westlake just took over the second half. But that's the only reason why they lost. Not because of the X factor was they just had too much talent. Yeah. And so, but Jamal played his game, and I saw his dad kind of was on there, and he said, you know, I'm glad. Somebody said, you know, I'm glad y'all, you know, telling the truth, recognize that, telling the truth about it, because a lot of people saying that, you know, this didn't happen or that didn't happen. No, I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah. So I was like, yo, and I'm saying like, yo, Jamal didn't play for me. I'm bigging him up because that's what I needed to see. Jamal played for the Houston Hoops, you know, right. And so Miller Kopp played for the Houston Defenders, you know. DJ Deshane Weaver played for Texas Pro. He played with us. But then you got Nigel Hawkins that played for Yes to Success. So I'm out there and I'm giving people props from Walston Westlake, you know what I'm saying, and I'm telling them what it is. To me, it has no bearing
on who you play for.
On who you play for. Yeah. It's either you're a player or you're not. You're doing good or you're not doing good. So with that being said, it came back around and somebody hit me again, and I gotta get with my man. We're gonna have to talk about it because I want to discuss this. But somebody said that somebody had mentioned to them that our program, my program, which is Texas Pro, who I never get on to the podcast and just keep bigging up and talk about players all the time. I talk about just life. Yeah. And so they said, one of my coaches said, they were saying that our program does not talk about other players in the city or big up other players. We don't tweet about players. We don't, and that offended me. Yeah. Immediately, I didn't ask them like, well, what did you say? No, I didn't ask them. I said, man, they said that. Yeah. And so while I'm tweeting about these different people, cha-ching, they hit me, bing. I said, hold on, I can't believe this. So what I did not do was go to the people's timelines who said that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't do that. Because I already know that they don't talk about our players. Okay. Matter of fact, shout out to Quentin Grimes. Shout out to Quentin Grimes on the major announcement of going to the University of Kansas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not only is he going to Kansas, but I even tweeted out, you know, what program he plays for. I said, shout out to Quentin Grimes. I got shout out to Kansas. Shout out to BU. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Quentin was going to go to Texas.
I don't think, hold on a second. If y'all want to play politics right quick, I don't think nobody from those programs retweeted my tweet, for shouting out their player. You feel me? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So, you know, not that I needed that. I don't need that. But what I do is I give props where props are due. No doubt. And that's what players do. You know what I'm saying? But and along the same lines, it's like this. They came down to some, you know, my guys, you know, we talked. It was a different conversation. They say, well, Lo, what you think about getting behind certain guys in the city and trying to push them to maybe whether it be a McDonald's, to be a pro, to be to get into an all-star game, you know, into a camp or something like that. I said, what do you mean by that? They said, well, if everybody has a certain guy at a certain level in the country, in the city, or wherever, don't you think that the city should get behind him and push the guy? And I say, well, is he doing what you feel like he's doing as a individually? Say, well, that ain't the question. If everybody else believe this, should the city get behind him? I say, listen, man, I'm okay with standing by myself as long as I feel like I'm right.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather stand by myself, and be right than with a multitude and be wrong. And so I said, no, that ain't right. I'm not doing that. You're not going to get my vote for that just because everybody else says that that's what it is. It's because and people have tried to change the narrative of what basketball is about. It has turned into a glamorization of sports now. It is coming to a glamorization of whoever has the best videos out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? My man, Flourish. Dang, he tweeted out the other day. Y'all remember?
Cuff the Legend.
Yeah, Tough. You know what I'm saying? Cuff the Legend said, yo, y'all remember 14th Woods?
I said the exact same thing that same night. I said I just respected my man that said 7th Woods. I didn't go in on his name.
Right.
But
well, yeah, he meant
that's real.
He meant 7th Woods. He's like, y'all remember all them mixtapes he had? Y'all remember all them dunks he was doing? And everybody pumped him up, and talked about he was this good. Now he's at North Carolina, and you ain't heard from him.
I didn't even. I honestly,
forgot he was on the team.
I honestly forgot he was on the team.
And so that's the narrative.
They was getting smacked. That's why he got in the game.
Right.
If they wasn't getting smacked,
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know he was on the team.
And it's not that he can't eventually evolve into something,
yeah.
But he's being humbled right now because so many people put him up on a pedestal throughout his time. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the narrative what people are trying to change nowadays, and it's unfortunate because they pumping these guys up, throwing these videos out, and then and by the way, when I put together a video and it makes my kid look good, now I'm gonna take the video and I'm gonna send it to all the college coaches, and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna take this ranking that I'm gonna tell, hey man, I need you to put my guy at this, put my guy at that. And now my kid looks, this guy's ranked good, he sees the video, and now as a college coach, you aren't able to come out enough to evaluate. So now you're gonna sit back and say, I need to offer this kid. So a lot of times you offer this kid based upon videos, highlights, and what somebody has him ranked. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the kid, whether he amounts to that or not, more than likely, most of the time they don't. It's a lose-lose for the kid.
Yeah, man. I think that like, and I was definitely one of the not the two
pioneers,
but I was definitely one of the first people, especially here in Houston.
You was not one of, you were.
So okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Own it.
So I was the first one to bring a camera into the city, right? And so I think back then it was more authentic. Not saying that what guys are doing now is unauthentic, but I think it was definitely a different. It was new.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anything that has some newness to it is gonna have the proper intentions behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so my whole focus during that time frame was to highlight any kid that I thought could play. Right. I don't give a damn what level you were on, or I don't do levels. I don't know all that.
Right.
I can know if you can handle the ball, shoot the ball, you athletic. Like that's my eyes show me that. I don't have your eyes over 20 plus years and being around pros. You see things differently than I do. So for me, it was always about just highlighting kids that could play. Mm-hmm. And then over time, it was like, damn, well, cameras became less expensive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now anybody can go buy a camera now, and to be able to edit and things of that nature, it's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? You can YouTube anything. You know what I mean? You can YouTube how to put a damn dishwasher together. Like you can YouTube anything. So so being able to it kind of widened the gap a little bit, opened the gap a little bit more, allowing any and everybody who wanted to be seen or be noticed or be on, be in the forefront. I was never the person that wanted to. I don't seek fame and attention. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was a little different. But again, I think what happened is that not everybody is doing it. And when I say everybody, I mean it. Everybody. That is what's causing all of this rift.
No.
Yes.
No. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Okay, I'm listening.
Tell you what it is. You were the first one to do it. What happened was when you put it out on certain guys, you were strategic, and it wasn't about hyping. It was just about basketball and doing different things. What happened when you put it out on one guy? Somebody said, "Look, I need that for mine, and he ain't doing that for mine, so I'm gonna get a camera and do it myself."
Yeah.
And so what it has happened evolved from there. From when doing it myself, hey man, you doing that? Hey, I need you to do this for my team. I need you to do this for my individual because now if he looks good, I can send it to the coaches. That's what it evolved into.
Yeah.
And it evolved and it started out very innocent and just like what you did, and it was never a motive behind it to try to trick anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You let people know about basketball, but the biggest thing about it is more. I mean, damn the whole thing about it. What you did was told stories.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? Slick Rick, you're a storyteller.
Yeah.
So it wasn't about just the highlight. You storyteller. You telling stories behind this thing.
You gotta let people hear these kids speak and talk and learn.
So it's evolved. You know what I'm saying? So the people took it and changed it up.
Then hold on, because then what happened was it was an etiquette behind it. You know what I'm saying? I think to me one of the dopest guys to do it, you know, besides obviously the forefront guys, which is Baller's Life, and then you have Hoop Mixtape.
Right.
Those are the two main guys, right? Baller's Life obviously has surpassed everybody with that.
Okay.
But it was a guy out of the Bay, Yay Area's finest dude named Travis.
Okay.
Cold.
Right.
But it was etiquette behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was take your time with doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It was never a rush to market with it. Like right now it's
Rush to market. I got
back then it was, and I think everything evolved with time. So I ain't trying to sound like things shouldn't evolve, but it was an etiquette, and guys took their time with putting stuff together, and it synced with the music, and it was a good look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's raw highlights, raw clips.
Right.
That my 14-year-old daughter can put this together if she really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really take a whole lot of style to do now. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But again, it has evolved, and I think that, like you said, it's a hype machine. Let me just push these videos out.
Yeah. And it's sad because the coaches are the ones who, at the end of the day, they take these services. They look at these videos and they like, well, if these guys are pushing this, then we need to be on this kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I put out there the other day, I talked about Chandre Jones, who played at Bush High School, went to University of Richmond. Now he's playing in Greece. You know what I mean? He had no offers from any Texas schools because people didn't have him ranked high enough. Mm-hmm. And he was killing. He was in state final with the state championship game. You know what I'm saying? And so they beat the Harrison twins 3 out of 4 times that year. You know what I mean?
Couldn't do it when it counted.
And he didn't get a offer from any school in Texas. Now, again, that ain't about saying I wasn't taking jabs at Texas schools. What I'm saying is,
you kind of was.
No, I wasn't, because if they felt that way, they could feel that way. But what I'm saying is, I understand that. Look, at the same time, y'all might not have that type of scholarships. Y'all might have scholarships only 3, 4, or 5. But there was a couple schools that just might have just missed. And to me, it's like, look, this is what we do. When I say Texas Pro and Marlon Lowe, this is what we do. Built for this. You know what I mean? Like, for real. So our guys don't transfer. They win everywhere they go and they play. When they play like this, they play. When it's a decision where I help communicate sometime and let them know what they need to do, they make the right decision. When I'm totally out of it, they might make the good decision, or some of them might be sitting down because they don't know the lay of the land for pick and scoop. But then you take Caven Gill to Tilbury. What I said, he's over. He broke so many records. He was the first in the history of Texas State University to have this, and this. Mm-hmm. And he had 1 offer out of Texas schools, and now he's playing professional over in Germany. So it's like college coaches are at a disadvantage because I'm not about to pay you to come do a mixtape for my guys. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And college coaches aren't allowed to hit the road and see a kid 5 to 7 times, 5 times in real big games, so you can see who he really is.
Right.
The videos don't show who they really are. And
that's so it's funny. So then I started to notice that. I said, man, everybody is now playing in quote unquote my space, right? So people are coming in now doing the videos a little bit more, this, that, and the third. I said, all right, I'm always trying to evolve, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, what's the next the next thing to do.
Right.
Which is why I started One Pass Away.
Mm-hmm.
So One Pass Away, if you guys don't know about that, it's a video scouting service.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it allows coaches to be able to watch
The full
game.
Right.
That way you're not fooled, you're not tricked, you're not bamboozled, you're not hoodwinked, you're not run them up.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch Marlon Lowe, Texas Pro, BU, the Houston Hoops, you know, the Hoop Stars. You can watch all these teams and their players to actually see, you know, what it is.
Yeah.
That way you can make I would say, a better assessment. Because to your point, the NCAA doesn't allow these college coaches enough time to actually recruit.
Right.
So it is a scramble.
Yeah.
I say it every April, May, June, July. Like, it's always running around, just ripping and running. So if you don't really know, you have to. And can't blame the college coach. I'm not saying you blaming them, but you got to be able to look at a piece of paper and say, all right, well, this kid is supposed to be ranked top 25 in the city of Houston. I got to go see him.
Yep.
The kid that might be ranked number 40, which is a player that may be off their radar, nobody's talking about him, he don't play for a certain team,
Right.
might get overlooked just based off of those numbers.
Right.
And I remember you saying a long time ago, you got to get the numbers right, because if you don't get them right, a college coach don't have enough time, you know what I'm saying, to fix the shit and put it in his mind and say, well, this kid is actually better.
Yeah.
Why y'all got him down here?
If you got him at number 7 and he's terrible, awful when I come see him, why do I need to go see number 14?
Why?
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
Why do I need to come back and see number 22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in some cases that we've seen it, kids shoot, you know, to the top of the rankings.
Yeah.
One thing I have noticed though is that kids don't usually fall when they probably should.
Because people are scared to drop them. They feel like that's your. It's he say, she say, what she do, I need anything you do, I can do better. But I'm gonna give you a couple more. And so you're totally right about the ranking part, and when coaches don't have time, because that's why I can never blame the coaches. And coaches think I'll be blaming them, but no, I don't. I know they don't have time. But I give you another one. You take Isaiah Taylor, had one offer from the state of Texas, and that was at the end when the University of Texas came in.
Yo, that was I was there for that one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna get my point. Then he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated after his freshman year at Texas, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I can go on and on. Daniel House, Uric Malachi was the first one to offer Daniel House. Okay, when Daniel House left, he probably had 3 offers, but he was unknown. Nobody knew him, and then he blew up over the summer. Okay, all the way up to, he was as high as the number 8 in the country by Bob Gibbons. The bottom line is, what I'm saying is, as a coach, you can listen, and you can read all these things you want to read. You can look at all these scouting services. But what I'll say is this: if you look at the history of what we do from a program, and I'm plugging the program some today, but more so I got to plug Marlon Lowe about my eyes and what I know and what I see. Then it should be a given, automatic. It should be a given, an automatic that, look, we need to go see Lowe's kids. We need to call Lowe and say who you got that we need to be on, because there's been plenty of coaches that have called me and they tell me what they want, and I don't just give them Texas Pro names. I give them kids that play for other organizations as well. People can nobody deny that I told everybody, I said, listen, Carson Edwards is the most slept on kid in this city. You know what I'm saying? At the Super Six. They got him down here 20-something. This kid is a top 5 kid. This kid is bad. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Where he's at Purdue right now, right? He had a phenomenal summer. He didn't play for us. I'm going to give it what it is, but you got some organizations, all they're going to do is pump their kids. I'm a basketball purist. I'm a realist, you know? And that's why I'm saying, whether it's me or any coaches or anybody else, listen, the history of what we do with Marlon Lowe and our program, we put kids in school not just to sit down. They're going to help you to win. They're going to help you to win, and when they help you to win, it's going to put you as a coach in a better position, a.k.a. like Uric Malachi, to move from a Stephen F. Austin who got high-level players. Then he went to Houston and got higher-level players. Then he went to SMU and got higher-level players. You see what I'm saying? Guess what? He got Texas Pro kids at each one of his schools that helped him to move up. That's what we do. I would never recommend a kid to a coach that's not going to help them to advance in who they are. Because now your word is not good my word is not good for you to you anymore.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? That's my job. My job is to help you to be a winner and to move on. And my job is not to give you fluff by saying, look at this video. Boom. The kid really can't play, but I'm going to give you this video. And when this kid goes here, it makes me look good. Not only that, but guess what? When my kid goes to a high major school, and you got 4 kids that go to high major schools, guess who it makes me look good for?
Who that?
The industry, the shoe companies. Makes me look like I got, even if they transfer in 2 years, I got them there. I got them to the high major schools. Even if they transfer, they ain't nothing. I got them there. So it helps me with my resume for the shoe companies or to the industry. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that coach got fired. That team ain't winning. That kid is over there, he ain't playing. It should be about the kids first. Putting them in the best situation where they can go play. You know what I mean? That's what it's been about. And that's what I try to do. And that's why. And people get mad because Lowe will talk this and talk that smack. I talk smack. I'm going to talk that talk. I'm going to let you know about it. And I'm going to let you know when I think that you bullshitting me. You know what I'm saying? Or when you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm able to take criticism from a coach as well. A coach can call to me and say, hey, Lowe, I don't like what he do. I need somebody else. All right, well, cool. Look at this guy over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've told college coaches about kids from obviously from Texas Pro. I tell people about the Houston Hoops, about the Houston Defenders, about the Houston Hoop Stars. You know what I'm saying? I talk to them about Basketball University. I talk to coaches about all types of kids because I'm like, look, that kid can play. He can play in your program, and he'll help you to win. What's hard for me to say that?
Yeah.
But see, some people, they can't do that. They can't talk about another kid in another program or pump a kid in another program because they're worried more about themselves and their program. They're not worried about the kids overall.
It's kind of like a internal. It's kind of like an insecurity.
It is an insecurity.
You know what I'm saying?
And they got to look good and make it be like my program is the best. You can help the city by putting the right kids in the right places. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You help the city by putting the right kids in the right places, and people don't talk about their kids. That's why it came down to they don't talk about other people's kids. That's why it came down to those tweets and that rage I had to go on just to let people know the truth. And I got on the scouting services while I was on there. I put like a top 10 list of scouting service, 10 things a scouting service is, and this and that. And while I'm talking about most of them, they ain't got no. Hold on a second, let me find this right quick. You know what I'm saying?
I can remember a couple of them.
Oh man,
I think off the rip, you said never played.
Never played. You know what I'm saying? If you got without years of experience, how can you know the levels of what a kid is doing? And then if you just throwing kids at just levels anyway, you never have a good feel for what kind of level a kid really can play at. You know, you never placed a kid in college, but you got a scouting service. You know what I'm saying? You never had to put a kid in the NBA, but you got a scouting service. You never played the game, but you got a scouting service. You don't know levels, but you got a scouting service. You never worked or experienced having got the experience from a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Or you even never produced a publication, but you got a scouting service. You know, you produce good videos. You produce the videos; those are nice. Okay, that requires a scouting service. That authorizes you to get a scouting service. It's all about the hustle. So while I'm doing this, y'all peep this, and this had me laughing, right? So while I'm doing this, I got a text from somebody said, "Your tweets are hilarious." He said, considering the fact that you are a guy that you make deals with agents, you make deals with college coaches for kids all the time, and so with that, your tweets are hilarious. And so what I did was I immediately picked up the phone and called that number immediately.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tweet you back. I'm gonna pick up the phone and I'm gonna call it. So when I called the number, it just rang and rang and rang, and then it just went to like a click.
Generic. Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. So what I did was I took the number, I put it on Twitter.
I seen that.
I said, yo, somebody just sent me a tweet, a text based upon my tweets. I said, y'all know this number, man? Check it out, because blah, 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 y'all hit them up. But my point was this. Let me go back around. First of all, I don't sell kids to no college coaches. I don't do that because it just ain't the right thing to do. Right? and my kids play, and they earn their playing time. When I help them to give them 4 or 5 schools that they need to look at, boom, and then I don't make no deals with no agents. For what? My guys in the league, they get there on their own by playing and winning and producing. So I don't have to make any. That's what the parents are there for, to make a decision on who their kids need to go to. So my thoughts was, somebody got offended when I started talking about those scouting services. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Who was the number?
Who was the number?
Yeah.
What was the phone number? I don't even. Oh, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it, man.
Person never called you back?
I need to call. I'll call him again right now while we on the phone. while we on the line.
They might have called you from one of them WhatsApps or something. A Google number or something.
Oh man, they did. They probably did something.
They probably did something like
What's
that.
the date today?
Day 28th. So what you're saying is, this person got offended, hit you up.
Yeah, here got a phone number. This is the tweet. This the text they sent me.
Okay.
It says, "For a dude trying to do deals with agents for players, your stuff online is funny. LOL." So I just called him back. The phone number is 929-356-6823. That's 929-356-6823.
And he never called back.
Never called back. And watch this. I'm finna do it right, and I'm calling right now. Well, let's see if somebody answers this phone. I'll put it on speakerphone.
This is hilarious.
I have no problem with that.
929. What
Yeah.
area code is that? Let me see. I'm gonna see.
Somebody told me it was New York. I don't know. Watch this.
I ain't gonna answer. Yeah, it is New York. I never heard no 929.
Nah. So I'm like, okay. But you know, you can get numbers for all over the country. Let's see.
Hi, you've reached 929-356-6823. Please leave your message after the tone.
Yo, hello.
Summer podcast.
Calling you back, baby. You sent me a text the other day telling me my tweets was hilarious because I'm trying to hustle kids and sell them to agents. Holler back at me. This what we do, right? I'm going to call you, and I called you immediately. You know why? Because I live my truth. Ain't nothing that you can say about me, dog. Come on, man. Hit me back so we can talk about this. Find out who you really are hiding behind the mask. Cowards do that. How does it feel to be a coward? How does it feel to be a coward when you're scared and you can't stand up and say what you really feel in front of somebody? You behind, man, come on, man. Anyway, I'm finna hang up on you. All right, later.
So hold up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let me repeat that number again, y'all. So make sure y'all call that number. 929-356-6823.
that is funny.
Yeah.
So as far as the scouting services is concerned,
Yeah.
I don't know too many that from a writing perspective, because from a video perspective, I ain't never placed nobody in college. What else you said? I ain't never placed nobody in college.
Right.
Shit.
No levels.
I told y'all earlier. I don't know levels.
Place kid in the league.
I ain't got nobody in the league.
But you played.
I definitely played.
And you played against really good guys.
Yeah,
before.
I played. Yeah, I played the game.
Yeah.
So I don't think that a lot of people, if that's the criteria, if that's the Marlon Lowe criteria for a scouting service, I think that there will be no scouting services.
Okay, well hold on.
Because most guys a lot of guys ain't even played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Putting somebody in a league and all that. Now some guys may know levels.
Right.
Some guys may know levels, been around. I think knowing levels
is essential.
I don't know if that's something that you gain by just being in the game for a long time, or it's just a genius level talent that some people just may have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because that's a hard thing to measure up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's an acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste. You got to really know what you're doing, because sometimes we've seen it happen plenty of times where we thinking that guys are high major guys. They go high major, and the shit don't work out, and they transfer to a mid, or they transfer to a not so high major. You know what I'm saying? So it's some guys you just can't. It's some guys you just can't miss. Like if anybody thought that De'Aaron Fox was a mid-major player, then they was retarded.
Can't miss that.
Can't miss that. Some guys you can't miss.
You can't miss Kobe. You can't miss Cody. It's certain guys. Guess what?
Can't miss.
Anybody can do it.
But outside of that scope, you gotta be damn talented to be able to do that.
I got a kid, not me. Period. There was a kid from the town here, right? So everybody was pumping him to say he a high major kid, like for real. And I was like, this kid, nah. I hear what y'all saying. This is what level he should go to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they was like, nah. He played for
such and such.
He played for. Somebody they ain't call certain teams a blue blood team. All right, he played for this blue blood summer team.
They're blue blood summer teams now.
Texas Pro is one. You know what I'm saying? But he played for one anyway. He went high major. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that ain't it. Anyway, he got to that. I said because his skills don't equate to what that coach does and for what that system is and that league that conference that they play in. Long story short, he didn't play. I don't know if he redshirted his first year, then he didn't play the second year, and he transferred. When he transferred, he went to a junior college. Okay?
Got it popping?
So he could try to do it all over. When he went to junior college, he was okay.
Okay.
When he came out of junior college, his highest level was it was
a low major school?
No. It was
D2?
It was
NAIA?
No, it was low major.
Okay.
Respectfully, somebody would say it's one of the weakest conferences in the country.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They don't.
He was projected
only way the conference he ended up they can only get to the league into the NCAA tournament by winning their conference tournament.
Yeah.
Period. Put it like that. Let's go. Then when he got there, he still wasn't doing it there. He was okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's like everybody was pumping like, see, y'all wrong. Y'all worried about pushing kids it's a science to this thing. You know what I mean? And people don't look at that. Everybody thinks that they know. That's why I put out on Twitter the other day, and I asked, what is the requirements to be a mentor? What do you think? Who do you think a mentor is, or what? You know what I'm saying? And I was just asking. I wanted to know people's responses to that.
People don't mentor anymore. That's kind of like old news. You know what I'm saying? In all fields. If I called somebody today, someone in the film industry, to be my mentor, they don't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? If you call somebody, it's just you know what it is.
What's that?
The people don't want to share information. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if I got the information, it's like, well, I don't want to tell Lo what I know, because if I tell him, then he's gonna be better than me, and he's gonna get. I'm a firm believer. Like I'm gonna get whatever I'm gonna get. I don't give a damn what's going on. Like God gonna give me whatever I'm supposed to have.
Right.
So if I got some information, or contact, or people don't like to share contacts. Fuck information. People don't want to share contact. Hey man, you got such and such number? They be looking like, I'm gonna hit you right back. You know what I'm saying? And it's one thing to if your position is, well, I don't want to just give this person out, because this person, their number. However, let me hit him up first, make sure that he's cool with you having this number. But I give it to you. I definitely respect that. You know what I'm saying? But to try to hold on to information, not try to share information, not try to share resources and contacts and stuff like that, that's a problem in the black community. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's in white America, but in the black community, yeah. Like, I ain't trying to share you. Now I ain't trying to tell you anything. You know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate. So mentorship, I think, is something that a lot of kids need, a lot of adults need.
Right.
People in general, you know what I mean? Who can you go to when you have some questions and you got some concerns and you need some guidance? And everybody should mentor somebody. I always say this, like, every week I kind of pick a day or two where I kind of go on my phone and just hit people up that I haven't talked to in a while, just to check in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's important.
It is.
You know, and sometimes I've got so conditioned with just doing text. It's like, you know what? I need to make a phone call instead.
Right.
I like the phone, but I'm a talker. So I know my ass to get on the damn phone. I'll be on the phone for 45 minutes.
Right.
When I didn't really want to be on the phone for 45 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important for people to reach out, touch base, communicate, you know, share information, share resources, and things of that nature. Because again, it builds a community.
Right. And I see that. I see it. Let me take it back around right quick. Let's go back to those basketball points we was talking about, right? And the basketball points, you say a lot of people would not be able to do a scout service.
If that was the requirement,
prerequisite. Yeah, let me see it. But the thing about it is, look at this. This is what I'm looking at. You take somebody like Jim Hicks, who's in Houston, Texas right now, right? And
RCS
Sports. Jim Hicks didn't play basketball. He played baseball. Okay, he'll be the first one to admit it, and he loves baseball. Like I listen to it every night. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, Hicks put somebody in college. He coached summer ball. He put somebody in college. You know what I'm saying? He didn't indirectly help guys get to the highest level. You know what I'm saying? Now he's had mentorship now and then, but he's got over 50. Look at the years of experience he has in the game now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's able to. He made that transition to understanding. Guess what? He's made errors along the way, which allowed him to understand what not to do now, what to do, how to push a kid, where a kid doesn't go. So that kind of gives him credibility now to be able to say, you know what? Boom, I'm going to stamp you and get you approved. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if we just look at it, but again, it goes back to the people who's in charge. You know, nowadays, because of things are so rampant, I'm going straight to the NCAA. It's on them. It's on them. They're allowing these people. You know how. If anybody knows, I can tell you. If you need to hit me up, man, we'll tell you how to get a scouting service, how to get it through to the NCAA. You don't need anything. You just.
It is a really simple process.
Real simple process,
really
and then you can start sending invoices out to all kind of coaches and tell them to send you some money. It's a real simple process. You make a video every now and then.
It really
Get
is.
your Twitter account, an Instagram account. Put a video on there every now and then, and that validates you right there. You ain't got to know nothing about it. It's another hustle. It's a hustle.
It really is.
It's almost that simple, Mo.
It is.
Simple.
It's not, it's, you know, like I said, you only as good as your information. So if you thinking like, damn, how do I get a scouting service? And you thinking you got to move buildings and nah, it's not even that hard.
And then what you do is, then after you do that, you send it out to some college coaches, and the coaches are gonna start calling you about this kid. And now you got the kid, and then what you can do is you can tell the kid's parents, hey, I got this coach called me about your son. I got this coach called me about your son. And then those parents will start believing in you. And then they'll start thinking that, like,
you got the juice.
You got the juice, and you got my kid's best interest at heart. So now you'll be able to have some influence over this kid and kind of help navigate what summer team he plays for, what high school team he plays for, and all sorts of things. You know y'all want that power, right? So we're giving you a chance to let you know how to get some influence, how to get a free check from colleges, and how to get yourself on the national radar. That's what you got to do, man. You got to subscribe to the NCAA and get you a scouting service. I'm telling you, get you a scouting service, man. You're gonna be live.
You're gonna be lit,
and then guess what? If you luck up and you send the right video and this kid just happens to do well, oh man, you good money from there going forward now. You good money. You'll start getting, you can send out invoices to these coaches. Here's what you do. You get all the coaches in the whole country, you get their fax numbers and emails, and you send them an invoice. Somebody liable to call you. Somebody gonna pick up the phone. Guess what? Charge about $500, $400. Anything you want to do, man. And guess what? You on point. Like, go Google the shit, man. Go Google it. I'm putting you on game right now. The NCAA, they letting anybody do it. So guess what? Get in now while it's early before they go back and try to change the rules.
Oh, they gonna definitely change the rules.
And they ain't gonna be able to do nothing to you. Go in and do it. Make that money, man. Make it.
The rules. let me go back to the caller, the 929.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's funny it's funny to me when people say stuff like you know, you can make you cutting deals with agents or coaches or whatever or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
As if, and not, you know, and you made public notice that you don't do that.
Right.
But a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what's wrong with that? Like is anything wrong with that?
Listen.
Because everybody has an agenda.
Okay, so listen.
So
I'm gonna tell you real quick.
Go ahead.
No, let me let you finish your point. I ain't gonna cut you off. Finish your point.
So what I'm saying is, if and I don't have access to players like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want anything from players. Let me put that out there. When I go to an NBA game to see a kid play, I pay for my ticket.
Okay.
I'm not hitting E-Man up or Poochie up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? So, you know, when the Kings come to the H-Town, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna pay for my ticket.
Yeah.
So anyway, we all know. Okay, so if a person has access to these players, right, and you know, agent is slated to make, you know, I don't know, X amount of money on this contract, on this deal. This is my guy. You know, I'm representing players in some capacity, whatever. Everybody else gonna get they palm grease. Why can't I get 35 grand or 1,500 or 50,000?
Right, I get it.
Because the money is being shifted around. You can't tell me that it's not happening.
It happens.
Yeah,
it happens. That's why a lot of that NCAA, FBI stuff went down. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Well, not with the NCAA.
You talking about
pros? Yeah,
you talking about pros.
That's different. We done with college.
And that's a whole different level because they can't do anything about it. But the thing about it is like this: they don't know me, so they try to put that out there on me. Because if you know me, like I'm talking right now, if you know me, you will know I know what I'm doing when it comes down to helping these guys out. And it's the families that make the decision.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting back and lead them to, hey, I've been around this game for 21 years. I know some of these new agents. I know the older agents. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people don't even know David Falk. I talked to David Falk months ago. You know what I'm saying? But the thing, he had Michael Jordan. But anyway, listen, I tell the parents, look, this is what you need to look at on him. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You need to ask him these questions. You know what I'm saying? So, am I involved in that process? I've been involved in that process.
Absolutely.
Why the hell would I lie?
Why would you not be involved in that process?
You know
why would you be like,
some parents don't want to be involved in the process. Don't want you to be involved in the process. That's a whole other thing. Because the agent's job off the top is to come in and divide everybody, kick everybody out, and only be you and whoever the decision maker is.
Right.
So they, you know what I'm saying? Let's just cut through that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you want to cut me out, you can, but it's gonna be tough on the back end.
But again, that is that person's way of gaining the control and the power of the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And eventually they put the parent out because the parent put out the people who was trusting them and giving them information.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's levels to it. You got to really go in that thing with a clean slate, a clear mind, and all that, because you can easily get some bad information.
Yeah, because they do it just like the summer teams. They want to tell you everything that look and sound good to make you feel good, to make it be like, look, this is where I need to be.
Yeah. I mean, and I remember this happened.
My kid.
Yeah, this happened. I remember we talked about this on the previous podcast. Maybe, I don't know, episode 35. I don't know. But when Mo Bamba, when his brother went on that little rant and talked about how that's what happened with his family. The agent or whoever it was, got into his brother's ear and was telling. Well, it wasn't the agent. It was like a handler or somebody. I don't know who it was. But he got into his brother's ear, and he started to disassociate himself from his family. Again, this is according to what his brother is saying. I don't know. I don't know the real story. But my point is, when that situation happens like that, it happens all the time, as you mentioned. They want to come in and conquer and divide. Yeah. Well, divide and conquer. Let's divide first. Yeah. Because my whole thing is this. This is what I don't understand about your organization. I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
you have access to some of the best players in the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to Louisiana if need be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Oklahoma.
Okay.
Because they touch.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And New Mexico if you need to, right? So that's the... See, people don't even understand that shit when it comes to sneaker teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That you can touch multiple areas, right?
Right.
I don't understand why you don't have... And maybe you do.
Okay.
Maybe you ain't told me this shit.
Okay.
Keeping secrets and shit.
Okay.
No, your ass secretive like a mother.
Okay.
Maybe I don't understand why you don't have an agency that's damn near ready to. It's like a machine.
Mm-hmm.
We get the players, we cultivate the relationships, we get the families on board, we play, we get to college. All right, y'all done with college. We got a little Texas Pro agency right here that's gonna represent you when you go to the next level. I don't understand why that's not part of the plan, and I've been thinking about that shit.
So Texas Pro have an agency.
You fucking right.
The TP agency.
You fucking right.
TP Sports Marketing. I don't know. I never thought about that, but first of all,
2% when it goes down.
It would be illegal.
Okay.
It would be illegal.
Okay.
Because you can't. An agency can't deal with minors and unprofessional. So if I had a sports agency, like agents can't come out and just talk to people. That's against the rules. You see what I'm saying?
Well, not. Well, see, I didn't know this.
Mm-hmm.
What if it was? Because we're gonna always find a loophole. Mm-hmm. So what if it was?
There's ways to go around it.
That's what I'm saying.
But
to where it's not Texas Pro Agency or whatever. It's the arm. Once your guys are done with college.
yeah. You talking illegal shit, Mo.
It's illegal.
Yeah, but let me sum it up for you real quick. Reason why we don't do it is because you can't just send one kid to all the certain agents. That's just because those at some point in time it's not gonna be right. They ain't gonna treat you right. You got to build relationships with different people. Mm-hmm. That's just like why it's very smart for guys. That's why I'm about trying to help college coaches, but they don't understand it. I want to build a relationship with you, but you're not coming in. And so when I see you, you know what I'm saying, I want to help you to be successful.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want you to be successful, but you listening to the wrong people, but you don't do track records. That's why I asked about when we go back again about I put out the other day about mentors. I put it out there. I said I got a question. It said, to have a true mentor, how much older must he or she be than the mentee, or years of experience on average? You know what I mean? And I said that because whether it's a college coach or a summer coach, because summer coaches, so many summer coaches think that they got this shit all figured out. Mm-hmm. And you got summer coaches that are mentoring scouting services, people who got scouting services, who ain't never played the game either, so they don't think they got to listen to all this. You see what I'm saying? And then they neither one of them put nobody in a high major, a pros, or anything else.
Right.
But I got some good answers back, like Jeff Mitchell at Big Jeff Mitchell on Twitter. He says they should be one generation plus or minus 10 years. And have enough experience as needed by the mentor to be where the mentee wants to be. Okay? Okay.
It's a very well thought out.
Right. So then you got
answer.
Caesar Smith, Coach Smith. That's at Coach Smitty with two T's and a Y, 1. Coach Smitty, 1. He says, it's not just the length of experience, it's the value, quality, and depth of the experience. Just because you've been doing it longer doesn't mean you've been doing it well. That was big time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That was another big time. So, and then my man AB Senior from SoCal Magic Boys, that's at Twitter, SoCal, SOCAL, Magic Boys. He says it's not an age thing. Some folks are wise beyond their years, and experience brings that wisdom. You know what I mean?
Those are like 3. Basically, it ain't no one single answer.
No, but if you incorporate all of them, they all got value and substance to it. The last one was the Urban CEO. The Urban CEO. That's he's on Twitter at Tyron McDaniel, TYRON McDaniel, McDaniel. He says, more important than being older, in my honest opinion, is wisdom within the given field. If I had a number, I would say at least 10 years of experience. I mean, 10 years older than you, but the 10,000 hours concept.
10,000 hours.
Yeah, you can be mentored by someone younger with less experience as they become proficient. But in other words, he's basically saying they should probably have 10 years of age gap on you and at least 10,000 hours of experience, which means that they've been through it.
They done mastered it.
You know what I'm saying? So it was great for me to ask that because I wanted to know, like, who is your mentor? Like, for real. You know how they always sit back and say, if you hang out with 5 mentors, you're going to be the 6th one? If you hang out with 5 guys that's hustling, you're going to be the 6th one that's hustling too. You know what I mean? You hang out with 7 dudes that's opening up businesses all the time, you're going to be the 8th one. So who is your mentor? Who is teaching you? Who is laying the groundwork down for you to be successful? And what is their track record of doing it also? That's what you need to know. What is their track record of their experience? And that's kind of why I go back. I've had some hell of mentors. I got some mentors out there ass, man, that they 20, 30 years older than me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they've been through it, and they tell me all the time, Lord Marley, all right, don't you do that. You fucking up. Don't you do that. Now, why? This is what's going to happen. They lay it down. And then it's like, mentors don't just give you information. They give you insight. Mm-hmm. Huge difference. Information usually comes after the fact. What happened? Okay, well, let me tell you what happened. Mm-hmm. Insight is something I'm going to tell you what's going to happen before that shit goes down. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They've seen into the future. They see into your future because they done been there before already. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is. Who is your mentor? Whether it's a college coach, whether it's a scouting service, whether it's a summer coach, anything. And that's why I'm big about it. It's like, look, man, listen to me. I've put in well over my 10,000 hours. Mm-hmm. Well over that. I've got guys that's making money. And the thing about it is, listen. Some people's objective is to let me tell you why I don't hustle like that with the agents and stuff like that. I don't want the relationship to be messed up with my guys. If they think that Marlon stole some money or took some money on their behalf, that's gonna mess up the relationship. You know, that's a great. I know people that can tell you about how that mess. I don't want to mess up that relationship. That's to be treasured more than anything. Mm-hmm. So my thing is about putting the kids in a good situation so that if ever I need them in the future to come back and validate or to help me with something, they would do it in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because they know it wasn't about the money for Low.
No doubt.
But if Low, you got paid. You got yours. I don't need to talk to you no more. Mm-hmm. I'm on my own. I ain't with that. Mm-hmm. And see, that's what too many people do. We try to take money on the front end or the back, try to get and mess up the relationship. I'm not about that. So anyway, that's just what it is, man. But
you got on this list too. I think we done went through everything.
Let me see.
Top the number at the top.
I got one more to talk about. Right
go
quick.
to the top. What's the top about?
Okay, can I talk about this person right here first? Jared Allen first?
Absolutely. Big J. Big J like one of my pictures on Instagram.
We'll be done about
Hey man, hold on. Big J like one of my pictures on the gram.
Jared Allen, folks.
I said, look, when I got a notification, I said, damn, Big J on the gram. You know, Big J don't be doing nothing.
He be chilling.
Big J like my picture on the gram.
That's what's up.
I said, damn, Big J. You know, it made me feel good,
and
man.
this goes
Big
full
fella.
circle to what we talked about at the beginning. Like I said, all the guys that we've had that come through here and they went out and been successful. I've never had to politic to people in this city to say, hey man, I need you to get behind Jared. I need you to get behind Daniel. I need you to get behind Isaiah. Man, he's this good. I need you to do that. Everybody said he's this good. Man, we need the city behind him. Man, everybody, fuck that. You know, if his play and his performance doesn't garner your attention and your respect, then why would I be begging you for something? You know what I'm saying? Now, if he's showing that he's winning and dominating, and if you don't get the respect in, now you hating. Because we had to go in there and talk about the difference of hating too. Old age hating and new age hating. But anyway, I never had to do that with Jared Allen. Any of the guy, the 8-9 McDonald's All-American, I ain't had to politic for them. They went out and let they play show. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's what that was. And you got people now in this city, but other cities all they want to do is they want you to get behind somebody because everybody else has them ranked this high. They wrong too. Scouting services are wrong all the damn time. Shit, the best players in the league, besides the anomaly guys who you just can't, They played mid-major schools. Think
Like
about how
you
many
said,
people
you
missed
can't-
them.
Like you said, you can't miss some guys. Some guys you just can't miss.
Yeah. So okay, so you want me to talk about this Fortune 500 company?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that when you read
I
that? Okay.
it's big money. I don't know what's
Fortune
going on.
500 company. This is my theory on things, and this is about point guards in particular. Point guards in particular, and I got different levels and different brands for each type of player. If I'm a CEO of a company, of a Fortune 500 company, or I'm gonna talk to the listeners, and the coach, everybody. If you're the owner of a Fortune 500 company, this is your brand, this is your team, this is whomever, and you have to go out and get a CEO. A CEO. When I say a CEO, that's somebody who's going to be Chief Executive Officer. They're going to be running everything because you have no time. You had to do other things. Okay. Would you get the one who's pretty, who got a lot of miles on their passport, shows been stamped? They got a great lingo. They talk. Everybody thinks he's handsome. All the women think he's handsome. All the men think she's fine, and she's smart. This and that. But first off, you're like, oh yeah, I want them. But they've never won anything. They were applying for a CEO position, but they never won anything. They've never transformed another company to a high level before. They never made the needle move and made another company be successful. But everybody talk about how good they are and this and how they good. Listen, are you going to hire them as your CEO for your company? To run your company? You see what I'm saying? So my point is, basketball.
Looks good.
It looks good, but your bottom line is going to go way down. Your bottom line is going to go down because they haven't been proven.
Right.
So when it comes down to point guards, the point guard is your CEO. He has to run your company for you.
Yeah.
The ball is in his hands. Are you going to put somebody to run your company just because everybody else said that he's handsome or she's cute and she's been to this country and that country and her passport has been stamped this many times and this person has written about her and this person has written about him and this and that and that? But when you look at the bottom line of his resume, you say, that's all cute, but you ain't won nothing. You haven't got an award for this. I'm not doing that. That's why our guys are successful. We prepare them to be CEOs, to run companies. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to college, you're going to run this college and this university. You know what I'm saying? You're going to run this team. That's what we're about. So that was my point about when I said about the CEO thing.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know. I thought the summer podcast was about to be Fortune 500 or something. I didn't know what was going on.
Nah.
So at the top, it was number one.
Yeah.
On the list of topics. I think we pretty much got through everything, man.
Yeah, we pretty much got through everything, man.
Hey man, it's high school basketball season. I need y'all to check out one of my OG project. It's the high school hopefuls hooping in Houston, the volume 1. I got the episodes on Vimeo. I don't really do a whole lot of plugging, but fuck it, it's time.
Yeah, that's time.
Hey,
I tweeted out some joints on the other day.
I seen that. Good looking. Vimeo.com. That's Vimeo.com /on-demand /high school hopefuls VOL1. VOL1. Vimeo.com /on-demand /high school hopefuls VOL1. Check it out, man. Got the 5 episodes featuring DeAndre Jordan, Jay Lucas, Biko Paris. This is it's an old school piece, man. This is 10 years. I'm celebrating 10 years in the game. 10 years in the game. But check it out. Support it. Each episode like $1.35. I know you got $1.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate that. I'm actually working on volume 2 right now, featuring 3 players. Miller Kopp, Houston Christian High School. He's going to Northwestern. Ajari Sani, Clear Lake High School. He's going to Pacific University.
The Pacific.
Oh, the Pacific? Definite. The definite article. The Pacific. And then, my dude, 150, Kendrick Davis, Sam Houston High School. He is will be attending TCU. So 3 great stories, different backgrounds, You know, as Lo mentioned earlier, you know, I've always kind of been a storytelling game, so
Yeah.
should be pretty cool and exciting. But check out the Volume 1, 10 years ago. And we'll be putting out this new one soon as well. So,
all right, I got this last plug. I'm going to put it in because y'all heard it earlier in the podcast. I'm gonna sit back and say it again. Make sure y'all come out to the 3rd annual Beltway 8, Saturday, December the 9th at North Forest High School. That's the 3rd annual Beltway 8 on Saturday, December the 9th. It's at North Forest High School. That's 10725 Mesa Drive.
Who playing in that thing?
In Houston, Texas. 10725 Mesa Drive, Houston, Texas. The teams we got Atascocita High School. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. We got Morton Ranch, North Forest, 2nd Baptist, Summer Creek, and Tompkins High School. Tompkins High School. Come on out. You got Jamal Bienemy. You got Kevin Woods from Summer Creek, who just got his first head coaching job out there. You got 2nd Baptist head coach Kevin Mouton. And you got Uche. Uche just committed to
UGV.
Yeah.
With,
so
Lou Hill. Lou Hill was actually
Real
one of our,
Grand.
a podcast of, I'm just making up a number, maybe episode 25.
Something like that. And you got North Forest High School in there. You got Aaron Proctor. Just left Kansas State, was with them for 2 years. He's head coach at North Forest High School. You got Morton Ranch featuring LJ Cryer and Big Eddie.
Big Eddie. Eddie Lampkin.
Yeah, Eddie Lampkin. You got Texas. You got Atascocita. Coach Martinez.
Coach Martinez.
Come on, you know he done put some work in. So y'all make sure y'all come on out to the Beltway 8 Saturday, December 9th at North Forest High School. The cost is only $7. Guess what? That's 3 games. Come in, check out 3 good games for $7. Get in, get out. What time the first game start, Mo? We know what time to start yet?
First game with some JV games going on
early.
Okay.
For the varsity games?
Varsity games, 1:30.
First varsity. Think about that. You can chill. You can get up in the morning, do your chores. House around the crib, go wash the car, get it washed. Everything else, come on out to North Forest High School. Be there for 1:30.
Yep.
Be there for 1:15 for the game time. Get it in. Watch 3 good games. Take it on to the house. That's the Beltway 8. Once again, Saturday, December 9th. North Forest High School is going down. It's the 3rd annual Beltway 8, y'all. We in the building. Let's go get it.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
My man, Lil went in. You a funny dude.
Well.